whatever. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like you did that as soon as she hit live.
She's like,
Like
oh, we live.
we like.
as soon as she hit live, she's like making them faces.
I remember I did that to. Did I tell you I did that to one of my bosses? They turned around. I was like, and I was putting up my
A
finger and doing like
mess.
this, and there was like a door, and they can see me, and I was like, oh, oh, okay, like the glass door, they can see me. I was like, oh, yeah, well, I'm
um,
like that's so what? I was big and bad. I did it.
mhm.
All right.
Holla
Um,
at your girl. All right, I'm ready. Let's get this together. Spill the tea. What's up? Who did
okay.
what?
You know who did what this week?
Yeah, I
Well,
I
first things
did
first. Let's. No, you don't. You don't know
some of it.
nothing. Here we
I
go.
do. We do be coming in pretty blind with this.
I know.
Well, we love it. I love that you be blind with it.
I know.
Here we go.
Give me the
She's like, I don't
backstory.
really know.
I don't really know.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey
Hey,
y'all, what's up?
Another week. We
Another week. We made it
survived
through.
week for the
uh,
books.
Trump's departure. We're gonna get
Whew.
into it. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast. Shouts to Urban Media today. I am your radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am LaShawn, the chatter chick.
And I am y'all millennial chick. Jerry Tipsion.
We got folks who actually wanted to, who are big fans of the show. Big
Yes,
Connie Dusack is the
Uh-huh.
orange hippie chick. She's
orange
the
hippie.
orange hippie
Oh,
chick, and she actually wants to be on the show. So I said, we're gonna talk about it
Hmm.
and see, if we can have her on the show. I want to make sure she's straight, but
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Facebook
know,
still a
like why you
guy,
orange, Connie? Like, what's
right?
that all about? I don't know.
Honey.
She get on here and be
No,
talking about some.
Okay.
No, I'm
yeah,
good.
she good. She look like she good people's. But if
Yeah,
she's
well,
watching, we appreciate you, Connie. Thank you so
hey,
much for following the show. Again, this is
Yeah.
the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media today. So for the first 20 minutes, we're gonna just wrap up the hot topics, and the hot topic is
what's
Trump
hot?
leaving, Biden checking in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy. I don't think I've
Mm-hmm.
ever watched CNN so
No.
much in
No.
my, I
Uh-uh.
mean, around the clock. I've turned into my
Yeah.
grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
assuming that that's what my grandparents did, because the only thing I remember my grandmother doing was watching the soaps.
Right.
But yeah,
I
like
agree.
I was like, whoa. Like I wanted to see how Trump was going to leave. And then when they said that he wasn't going to write a speech, I was like, oh snap, it's about to go
Mm-hmm.
down.
He's
Pew,
just letting
pew,
it
pew,
all out.
pew.
Letting it go.
And
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, that's how I felt. I mean, I watched the whole from Trump leaving to Joe Biden and the inauguration
Mm-hmm.
celebration. That's how
Okay.
long I watched it.
Okay.
And I hardly got any sleep. So you all tell me what you thought, the highs and
Mm-hmm.
lows and all that stuff. What you think?
I looked at, something that my mom had it on. We both work from home. So she
Hmm.
had it on in the living room. She turned it up real loud for us to hear it. And, only thing I caught, of course, was Trump's speech. And, he makes everything about him, of course. He couldn't just leave out and just, say something nice. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But I watched of course my girl Kamala get sworn in, and then that's when I seen Joe Biden. My favorite highlight, of course. Oh, let's talk about how good the Obamas look. They tore it down. I mean, Michelle.
Snatched
Oh
to
my
the
God.
gods.
Oh
I mean,
gods.
from the head to the toe,
Hansi.
like she looked fabulous. I
We
mean,
gonna
she
make
never let
Hmm.
us
America
down.
miss us. Oh, we gonna
Oh
remind
my
y'all.
God. Like she looked incredible. Like her whole outfit from everything. Like I said, she looked bomb.
Hmm.
But of course my favorite highlight of the day was the young poet who,
Yeah,
recited her
Amanda
poem.
Gordon.
Amanda
That
Gorman.
that was
Amanda Gordon.
so
Gorman.
dope. You know what I mean? I said they have so much black excellence going on. They got her, they had the black pastor, and I was just happy. I was happy with it all. I didn't stay up watching everything else. That's all I wanted to see. I forgot about, the after the celebration, like with the other singers and stuff. I heard great things about it. But it was cool. I'm glad, hopefully, we get Biden got the work from what I heard, so far. He already doing stuff.
Yeah.
So just hope that, it's a great 4 years, hopefully things really do change. And it was a new day in America, that day. It was really history was being made. And like I kind of got a little bit emotional, low key, just seeing that, with
I
Kamala, it's
did
just like,
too. I
wow,
cried.
who would have
But
thought,
I
you know
didn't
what I
cry over
mean?
Kamala though. I didn't cry over Kamala. I cried at the soldiers.
Yeah.
At the start when they went to the unmarked grave of the soldier.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I thought about my brother. I mean, he's with us. He's still with
Right.
us, but he
Right,
serves in the
right. The
military.
service. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I was just like, damn. And I was texting him like, I just want you to know I'm so proud of you. And you're probably watching this on TV, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
tell you that I'm so proud of you, and you bring joy to my heart. And he's just like, what?
I'm like, what
So
are you talking
anyway,
about this?
what you think, woman of a certain age?
Man, I can't read. The last time I watched the inauguration is when the Obamas came in, and I had a party at my house for that. I mean, I had my
Yeah.
great aunties, everybody was
You didn't
here
watch Trump's
at the house.
inauguration?
Nope. Uh,
Okay, well,
not
I
going.
knew she did.
Nope.
okay.
Yeah, so had the family here, my great aunties, because this was something of history that, they were
For
like, we
them,
never
yeah.
thought we would ever see a black
Right.
president.
That's what my
And on
mom
the
Yeah.
said.
low key, I didn't think so either. I didn't think I would either. And
Mm.
I was,
You were
younger
not
than I
alone.
am now.
Yeah.
So I had that
Mhm.
party then. And then yesterday, man, I had a conference call with work about that time, and I thought to myself, "Oh, who would put a conference call during this time?" You know what
A
I
Trump
mean?
supporter. A
Woo,
Trump
like
supporter.
Yeah.
who?
Oh yeah, Trump
Yeah,
supporter for sure. Definitely
I was
was.
like, who did that? I was looking, but it was something that was on the calendar like every week we do, right? But it ended
Yeah.
up being canceled. So I was happy about that because I was working, but the TV was on, and man, everybody brought it. I mean, he just had a multicultural
Yeah.
inauguration,
Hmm.
from, Lady Gaga, who's bringing up, young people. And she did a awesome job singing. And then J
I thought
Lo,
she did too.
you're bringing up, Hispanic minorities,
Okay. I see that.
everything like that. And then even from Justice Sonia Sotomayor, is that her name?
That's it.
Who brought in, that's another woman of color who brought in another woman
Right.
of color. I was like,
Right.
wow,
Yeah. I think.
you're on
Yeah.
Hmm.
point with that. And
Hmm.
then to bring in Garth Brooks, who's a staunch Republican who sung God Bless, Amazing Grace, who wanted to bring everybody. And he said, and let's all sing together. I said, all right,
Right.
Garth. I was like, amazing
Party on, Garth. Party
grace.
on,
Like, do
Party
that,
on.
Garth. You know what I mean? So he
Party
brought
on,
that on
Garth.
there. Party on, Garth. He
Party
brought
on,
that
Dave.
on, and then to have Amanda Gorman, the AKA Miss Young Maya Angelou, to come in and
Mhm.
hit it with, she brought
Ah.
it on. I mean, you would have thought that there was a room full of people the way she was bringing out that poem, and she was moving her
I
hands and
loved
moving it,
her hands.
but
Her
Mhm.
she
hands
was
were
like,
dancing. And
Right.
she was just like,
it,
she was interviewed with Anderson Cooper. I'm sorry, Anderson Cooper on CNN was talking to her,
yeah,
and he was like a giddy little schoolgirl. He was just like, I don't
yeah,
know what to say. I'm just,
yes.
Yeah.
yeah, she
And
was
she
amazing.
suffered
Yeah.
from a
Yeah,
speech impediment just like
yeah,
Biden did. And Jill Biden selected her.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
They saw
wow.
her, they watched her perform, and so they,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
And so, and this was a speech that she even enhanced a little bit after the situation 2 weeks ago at the Capitol.
yeah,
So and it was
yeah,
still beautiful. It was still
yeah.
beautiful.
Mhm.
So the
Hmm.
whole day you would have thought, how Trump really made a big deal about how many people was at his inauguration when he first came on.
Mhm.
He was like, oh, there was thousands, da da da. And it was like, yeah, well, I see more fleas on a dog. But so he said that, and you I think with during that inauguration, you got more viewers
Yeah.
that watched it than any inauguration that they had,
Right. Mm-hmm.
because of how it was, multicultural, it
Right.
was male, female, it was everybody was there. And his speech was very good too. I mean, I enjoyed his speech because he never mentioned, 45's name. He never did that. He didn't even like kind of shoot him. He just kind of said what we're going to do as a country, move forward. And I thought, that's it. That's what people need to
Mm-hmm.
hear.
That's what you
And
got
he
to say.
said,
Yeah.
yeah, he said, if you did not vote for me, I want to work with you. It doesn't
Right.
matter.
So classy.
It was
Mm-hmm.
classy. It was good.
Very classy.
And the fashions, Michelle's outfit gave me
Oh,
life.
oh,
Gave
Michelle.
me
Oh, she
life.
shut it
Snatched to the
down.
gods, honey. She
She
was
shut it
That's to the
down.
snatched. It
gods.
Period.
so I love that
Mm-mm.
it
And
was
it was
American hairstylist, American
right.
fashion designer, black,
Yeah. An
Black.
African
um,
Yeah.
American. Yes, yes.
African
Mm-hmm.
American. I love
And
that. Yeah.
Jill Biden is going to use that same designer to make one of her outfits. But the nice thing too, what was it about the Bidens? I mean, I even like Jill's outfit. Jill's outfit was really
Jill
cute
looked
too.
nice. I said
That
that
was
Hmm.
too. Her
sharp.
little
It was
And
outfit was
classy.
nice.
Kamala
Mm-hmm.
wore the purple for Shirley Chisholm, the
Yeah.
first Black woman to run
Mm-hmm.
for
Run for
president.
president.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the first Black woman accepted into Congress. She wore that on
Mm-hmm.
behalf of her because Shirley Chisholm's color was purple and yellow. When
Right.
she ran, those were the colors she wore. So, everything was significant. Everything had little signs and touch
Hmm.
of history
Right.
during that. So I was just like, this is really, really cool. That's one of those ones that it makes history because if you can point out those little points right there and oh, she
Hmm.
wore this color for this and this designer was used for this and this young girl did this and this
Hmm.
person sung this song, this person's you know a Latina, the whole thing. But I couldn't understand Cruz being there, but that's a different story. I was like, how did you do that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Never
He's
knew.
a senator, and so but
Yeah,
I
it was great.
so um I especially liked the tradition behind everything. The same
Right.
Bible. He sworn on the same Bible when he signed, to be a senator. Um uh
Oh, where
Yeah,
they get that Bible
he
from?
that
said it was in
old
his
it says
That
family.
it's from
Like,
Bible
King.
is
Somebody said no, that's the same Bible that they used to swear in the presidents. Someone said it
oh, is
was
that
he gave
like that was
King
during
James actually
slavery
gave
because
it
it
to
was like
Joe Biden.
115 years.
I seen that. I was cracking up.
Somebody said
Someone said,
King James actually gave it to
Gave
Joe
it to him.
Biden. So
Yeah.
here, man, can you hold this on? And he
Ooh,
just like
Lord.
never got it back. Jesus.
The wind
Um,
was blowing. His hair didn't even flap like the Crypt Keeper.
I
I
don't
was like,
like
don't
Joe
let his
Biden's
hair.
hair. I
Oh,
don't
it was
like
on point
it.
yesterday. It
I
didn't
don't
fly.
like
it's
it.
something about the back of
I
it.
want that
Yes,
Yeah.
the
faded. Can you
back.
fade the
You want it
back
It
a little
faded?
sticks
bit?
up in
No.
the back right here.
Yeah,
See that
just
right at the
fade
I'm
tip?
it.
I seen that.
Cause
I'm
it
kind
just
of
looks like
feeling
it's
the
just
mullet.
holding on. He got the tears, the tails of the crypt type
Yeah. When
hairstyle
it
going
flies
on.
up, that gets that Crypt Keeper look. But it was down yesterday, and he looked really nice. He
Slayed
did.
and laid,
It was
child.
slight and lay. He didn't even look like the Crypt
Yeah.
Keeper.
Crypt
He's
keeper
looking.
look.
And then this helps any youngster, grown, old, whatever. Never give up at 78 years old to become
Yeah,
Because he
a
ran for
president
president and lost.
and
and
lost.
lost.
And
You
lost,
know,
and then that's when he ran for Senate
then
and stuff like that. But
then
he never
became
gave
vice
up.
president. Never gave up.
Yeah,
Kept on going at
never gave up because he
78.
did not want to run. And
Mm-mm.
I think Bo Biden told him that
Mm-hmm.
he should run, or his grandkids, whom he loved. He loves his grandkids so much. He's a great pop
Mm-hmm.
pop. I
Yeah.
love the fact that about their family.
Yeah.
With the previous administration, you didn't get that touch of family. You didn't get home. You didn't get
Yeah,
love.
they
You
were
didn't
they were
get. It
picture.
was
They were
just
picture
straight
family.
Right.
business. But
Was it short?
here's
Yeah.
the thing that I tweeted about this last night, and I said, "You mean to tell me people are against this when all you see is people hugging,
Mm-hmm.
people smiling, the talk of togetherness and unity and working together, even if we don't get along?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that you have a different view. I understand that you may not agree with me, but let's come to a common ground. Let's work together and see how we can keep this country running safely, because it's putting
Yeah.
us in a vulnerable position." And they're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Ah, you're going to hell and you have the devil." And it's like,
Yeah.
You'd rather
You
be angry.
angry and
Rather
because of
fill your heart with so much vigor, so much anger,
yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
and mad at what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did this
Nothing.
man do? Wait. What did Melania do? What did she do?
Yeah, like what was
What
her
did she do?
platform?
What did she
Yeah.
do?
Well,
She did a tennis court.
her
She did
platform was
nothing.
supposed to be bullying, but you were married to the biggest bully in the United States. So it was supposed to be an anti-bullying platform, I believe. So she, she was saying in an interview she's going to miss being the first lady, and I was like, "What did she do?
What did you
You
She done
do?
moved
nothing
in.
at all.
You
Right.
said be
She barely
best,
spoke. She barely done.
be
Yeah.
best, and you
She was
lived with a
quiet.
bully, and you moved in the last couple months. After the whole 4 years, I think you weren't really living there.
I
Um,
Mm-hmm.
read that they slept in separate quarters, but I don't know if
I
that's
can
fake
Girl.
news or
understand
not.
it. I can
I don't know
understand
if
it.
that's fake
Yeah.
news or not, but I think she's over it because when they got back to Mar-a-Lago, she walked away from him. He stopped to talk to
Yeah.
the press. She was like, "I'm
And she
out."
kept going. I
She's
seen
like,
that.
"I'm
They
out
said
this
she's
bitch."
done.
She's
She
like, "I'm
don't want nothing
done.
to
Be
do with it.
best. I'm done."
Be best. I didn't
You
know
know,
that
All
he
them
and
got
said, see
coverage.
y'all.
yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. He's not supposed to be heard from it for like 100 days. So we'll see what happens.
Hmm.
He doesn't have social media, so we'll.
They cut
Now, I
him
don't think he
off.
could count on the Proud Boys to help him out because the Proud Boys are no longer proud of Mr. Trump. They're calling him weak.
Really?
Yeah, they turned their backs on him. They're very upset.
A
Proud
lot
Boys,
of his supporters
QAnon.
did.
Uh, shouts to the lone guy in front of the house. What was it in New York? I don't know, but in a couple of cities, in front of their Congress or whatever, their city, I don't know. But they're like there with their little flags, and it's just one person. It's just like,
Just
you
one.
go, you
Yeah.
better go. And
Do
and
you
and
thing.
he pardoned people and did not pardon any of those people.
He pardoned Little
Yeah.
Wayne,
Uh,
right?
he pardoned Lil Wayne, and Lil
Lil
Wayne's
Wayne
like,
and Kodak Black.
now I could be, I could take care of it. Shut the hell up, Kermit. And Kodak Black, now he still has a sexual assault case that has not been pardoned. So,
Ah.
there's he'll be out for a minute. And I think a Death Row exec co-founder Death Row, he's in there. He got out. Steve Bannon,
Bannon.
who looks like he's just two knocks from croaking over. He looks like he's about to go.
Yeah.
But him and a couple of other people, but those were the tops. And the mayor of Detroit,
Kwame?
the
Mm.
mayor of Kwame.
Oh, I didn't know he did Kwame.
Yeah, he did Kwame,
What?
not the rapper Kwame.
Not the
You know what I'm
rapper
talking about?
Kwame.
Not the rapper with the Miss Clairol died. Not
Yeah, I
him.
remember rapper. I used to love rapper
I
Kwame
did like
with
polka
the
dots. Bring them
sleepy ass
back.
and the
Bring
polka
them
dot.
back. Bring them
Yes.
back.
But I
Yeah, but
knew
not
Mayor
him.
Kwame. I
Yeah,
mean, you
Mayor
know what?
Kwame.
I don't want to stereotype or anything like that because I'm not, because I know, people from where you live, your
Yeah.
neighborhood. When I saw Kwame, I was like, oh no, y'all let this brother in. His suits was too nice
Mm-hmm.
for they were they were
Sharp.
tailored from the door. Like
Mm-hmm.
you ain't always have suits like this. You became the mayor and got these suits. You got a whole
I
staff
want
of
to know
people.
what's going to happen though. Now that they've been pardoned, what does that mean? How do they? Because does that mean that their record is expunged? Does that mean that he can now go back and get a job? He can't serve office anymore. What
Mm-hmm.
happens? Like,
Yeah, I
what
don't
does that
know.
I
mean?
don't know. I have no
Write a book
idea.
about it. Write a book.
I
Somebody will
guess
read it. Somebody
I
read it.
watched the first press conference.
Mm-hmm.
What is the lady? I think her name is Amanda or something like that. Redhead young lady. She's the press secretary. Amazing. She
Yeah.
smiled and she
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
answered questions. And you know what? When she didn't know something, she said, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll find out. I'll find out tomorrow. We're gonna do
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
thing every day, so I can keep you. I can keep you posted on what I know. You'll know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And then they
It's
put her video
transparency.
up against Sean
Sean
Spicer,
Spicer. Yeah.
and he was like, "This is what it is. That's it."
Oh, I can't wait till they do like
And
it
then walked
against
out. And then
Kelly
walked out.
Conway. Remember, she used to say alternative facts. They're not live. They're alternative facts. I was like,
Alternative facts. Okay.
But see, there were like
who's that?
several, even the Mooch, and who's
Mhm. Scaramucci,
recurring
Scaramucci, yeah.
guest on Scaramucci, who's a
Hmm.
recurring guest on CNN.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
thought that Trump owed him money. But
You never
anyway,
get it.
if that's the case, but that's us wrapping up the whole election week. Finally, we'll get some work done. Hopefully, we'll get some work done.
Yeah.
Shouts to the
Donald.
Biden team for putting a pause on the school loans. Thanks, bud.
And they need to quit calling
Yeah.
me because they
Because
still
Fannie
calling
Mae
me to this
wasn't doing
stuff.
her job. She was trying
Yeah,
to do
they
her
ain't
part. She
stopped
was not
calling me.
respecting me at
Oh,
all.
they still
They
calling.
send me
And it's from
emails and
different
everything.
cities and all this stuff.
Well,
You know, I'm
tell
thinking
Yeah,
it's the
Fannie Mae to
job. It's
call
somebody
Joe
else.
Biden. Tell Fannie
yeah.
Mae
I'm
to
like
call
waiting
Joe
for them to
Biden.
like just expunge it. I'm like, you know how long I've been on you. You know you're not gonna get it. Why don't you just say, hey,
Mhm.
let's just leave her alone? You know what I
Nobody
mean?
pays their
Get
school
the
loans
most
off.
recent ones. And
Nobody
I'm very
pays their
close
school
to it.
loans off.
You
They
know,
don't.
as
Nobody
much
pays
as
them.
college costs, I'm probably like 10,000 in a hole, and that's a small number compared to some.
Compared to
Compared
most.
to,
Yeah.
and here I
And
go going back to
so,
school.
yeah, well, I
Mm-hmm.
won't. I like overachievers. I just don't.
Yeah, overachievers. Yeah.
It's too
No,
much.
I have a
I'm not spending
goal.
it
I have a
to,
We
goal
have a
that I
and
goal in
that's
want to
life.
good.
Yeah.
reach. That
That's
I have a
awesome.
goal. So if I'm gonna be 80 years old, finally get my MBA, then
Yeah,
damn it,
You'll
yeah,
get it
yeah,
done.
I'll be in
You'll
there.
do it.
Somebody gonna have to roll me in and hold my
yeah.
diploma.
Because
But
but this, I think it's awesome when people go back to school and they get all their education and everything. But one thing
mhm,
COVID has taught me during this time is like it's not about your education, it's not about where you are. It's
definitely
a
not.
it's about like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
how to reinvent yourself. And it
Mm-hmm.
right.
didn't
Yeah.
take, and there's people without college degrees, there's people that have been in like top executive
Right.
ranks in businesses losing
Mm-hmm.
their jobs
Mhm.
Right.
and trying to figure out how to reinvent themselves and going into something
Right.
totally different. They had one executive, some Fortune 500 company making pasta and making dinner and
Mhm.
figured out how to do that. That had nothing to
Mm-hmm.
do with a degree.
Mhm. Nope.
Nothing
Mm-hmm.
to do
Nope.
with the degree.
Nothing at
Nope.
all.
So
Nope.
I say that to
So
say I ain't going back to school.
I ain't going back.
I ain't
It's like
going
He
back.
jail.
said,
I
I'm
ain't going
done.
No,
back.
no,
I ain't
no,
going
no,
back.
wait. I'm not.
Speaking of done, we're done talking about the Biden administration and the good news and everybody
Sorry.
doing the whiz dance. Can you feel a brand new day?
Can you?
Okay. So
That
now
was my movie.
we're gonna
I
talk
love
about
that movie.
entertainment, but we're gonna take a quick break because we have some folks. I'm spending some coins. Jay-Z spending some coins for weed. We're gonna get
He
into
ain't the
it.
only one.
I but I might be on it. We'll talk about it. It's the Hey Girl Hey
It's a good
podcast on
business. It's a good business.
Urban Media today. Hold on. Hey girl, hey.
Hey,
What's up?
So I
what's
heard
up? What's up?
Jay-Z is putting what $15 million up to boost minority-owned cannabis businesses.
Yeah,
Wow, good for
So I
him.
believe if you
I'm
are
with it.
thinking of starting a cannabis business,
Mm-hmm.
it's a perfect time. As a matter of fact, he did it because there were so many African Americans who are serving
Jail.
jail time
Hmm.
Right, for
for
weed.
possession
For
of
little
marijuana,
for
and now
joints.
that and it could be like a joint or a dime
Oh,
bag or a
yeah.
nickel bag, and now marijuana in most states is legal. And so it's
Right.
like, oh, it's not a problem because now you can make coin off of it. So let's just make this an
Right.
opportunity for people to kind of regain their lives and feed the economy at the same time. And I always make this argument. I don't believe that weed is the problem. Now you got meth, you got heroin, you got crack,
You got everything else, but
you got
weed is
you
the
got the
least of everyone's
pills,
words. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Weed ain't gonna do nothing but make you
Weed,
get fat.
weed. Yeah,
Weed
weed.
smokers never, check fraud. They never beat you over the head, take your purse. Weed
Yeah.
people don't. Weed
They
I
don't
don't. We
even
people
don't know
chill.
that. I don't know that. I don't
from
know if there's
from
a report
like,
because you never
but
know.
whenever you hear some of
Because
the
they may
stories,
have
they be
had
like,
some bad
they
weed.
were high.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
They were high on, meth, or they were
Yeah.
drinking and driving. I
Hmm.
mean,
Right.
so much of these make campaigns.
Right.
They never made, I haven't heard of weed campaigns that say, don't don't walk and do weed. You know what I mean? Like it said,
Right.
don't drink and drive. You
Walk
know
and
what I
do
mean?
weed.
Don't
Sorry.
do. You know what
Don't
I mean?
walk and do
Like you don't
weed.
hear anything like crack, like weed is whack. You heard crack is whack. You
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
know, things like that. So I'm
Thank
not
you,
saying
Whitney.
right.
Crack
Ooh,
is
Lord.
whack.
Ooh, crack is
That
whack.
one. That.
I do cocaine. You know, I'm like, what, Whitney? Why?
Okay.
Oh man.
Mm,
But anyway,
mm.
so that's what I'm saying. And it was one of the drugs that put us in jail. Most, African Americans were
Mhm.
going to jail for joints. And now it's a money making business. And
Yeah.
it's so funny because if you go to the dispensaries here in Pittsburgh, in line, the people don't look like us in line. Like there's a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
Caucasian people in
Oh
line.
yeah. There
Mhm.
is
And the
so
one
many.
out, Monroe, not that I go out there and get that. I don't have a card or anything like that, but I was going past there and they were fighting. And it was hilarious. I mean, I'm not please, I don't want anybody to write in and say, oh yeah, she was saying, you should fight. It was just funny.
Yeah, to say that.
Yeah, because
What?
yeah, because man, I was like, what is going on here? And yeah, it was just like you, and it was the place in line. They were arguing over the place in line, and I was like,
You.
you, yeah, because
Well,
I have
some
I was there.
people,
Oh
it's a
God.
totally different grain. It's a different product. It's not the street value. It's
right,
different.
Right. It's a lot.
yeah,
And,
Yeah.
because I have a
some
family
people
member with
use
a
it.
card,
My
Hmm
and
mom can get a
so
card.
yeah, I have a
hmm
She
family
can
member with a
definitely get
car.
it.
I told her I was like, I'll take you out because she doesn't drive. I was like, I'll take you out there, and I'm just sitting. I'm just in my car
hmm
observing this, and she's looking back at me like, and I'm texting her like, what's going on? She said, I
hmm
don't know, but I think these two are about to argue, and it was like two ladies and like one. It was so funny. It
You
was
ain't
just
get your
like,
phone
yeah,
out?
like, yeah, I really should. I should have. Because it was just funny. And they called the cops and everything. And the cops were just like, you stand here, you stand here.
We got other things to look
They
at.
got nothing,
We can't
They
be
said this
fighting.
is the last of our worries.
That
Right.
was the
You
last
know.
joint. You took my joint. That was
Yeah,
my joint.
That's
I was
funny.
like,
Well,
That is
that's like
funny.
how people argue
y'all
over
waiting
puff
in
puff
line for
pass.
this.
Puff puff pass. You took
Right.
too many puffs. You're supposed to
Hmm.
puff puff pass. You messing up the rotation. I forget what comedian is messing up the rotation. Was that
Messed up the rotation. See,
Friday?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Friday.
I
Yeah, it's
don't know.
definitely
I
Friday.
don't smoke. It's not my thing, but
But kudos to, and you know what? Shouts to my
yeah.
brother. He's in San Diego. He's a cannabis chef. And so he
Mm.
specializes in making, the edibles and stuff like that. And he does a lot of
Edibles.
desserts,
Ooh.
treats, and he does food. So he'll make like medicated pizza, medicated like chicken parmesan or something. Whatever he
Wow.
does, he uses it. And the majority of his clientele are people with cancer.
Right.
So because
Right.
that it causes them to eat, and
The
one of the
medicines will
ministers
cause them
from our
nothing.
old job, old job from our church, but she passed away. But when she was going through chemo, I had given her some CBD to help her with
Right.
her appetite, and she really liked it. Like she wasn't
Hmm.
in the pain, and she was able to eat. And so of course, she's no longer with us, but for that time, it made me feel good that there was
Yeah.
something that was not
It
Hmm.
definitely
a
have medicinal
prescription.
purpose. It really
It
does.
wasn't a pill. It wasn't something.
Yeah.
It was something that made her eat, and she
Something. Right.
slept, and
Right.
and it, and, and so
Something natural.
if used
Natural
right,
remedy.
um, but you can have CBD, but then when you add THC, it's a totally
Yeah, it
different
becomes a different.
product. It's a
Yeah.
different
Mm-hmm.
product.
Yeah.
So shouts to my brother, Papa's Potions in San Diego, California, baking it up. He says wake and bake. If you go to his
Waking
Instagram page, you'll see it. You'll be
back.
like, damn. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You have to look that
Um,
up. Check it out.
yeah. I need you also to look up Bridgerton. Have you seen it?
I've been hearing. No, I'm actually going
What
to
is
start it
wrong
this
with you?
weekend. Who,
How
me?
could you yes.
Oh my
How
god.
could you not see?
So here's the
Now I don't
thing,
know about
though.
LaShawn. Then again, she grown. You grown.
It's the thing that's on Netflix with the African American gentleman who talks with the English accent.
Yeah.
No, I ain't watch it.
But I
Mhm.
what so when I saw
I
the
Okay.
turned
preview,
I turned it
I
on this
wasn't,
weekend
No.
and my eyes was like, boom.
Well,
I said, oh.
and that's how I
they've been
thought.
given the green light for a second season. So hurry
Okay.
up and watch the first season. It's really good. It's really good.
I
I
heard
love
it
the
was.
fact I love the fact that they put a lot of modern elements in it.
This
Like
Yeah.
is Shonda
some of the
Rhimes, isn't it
music.
her?
Yeah, some of the
Okay.
Hmm.
music. I love the dancing, the choreography, and the humor. The writing is really, really good.
Hmm.
It's not boring. It kind of takes off a little slow in the beginning, but then you're like, oh, oh,
Right. Like I
okay.
okay.
I might
Hmm.
watch it. But
Yeah.
shows like that, and when they're like set back in a time period, I'm not real interested of. I'd rather read those than watch those.
The
Like
watch
Little
it, yeah.
No,
Women and like those little books like that. Whenever
mm-mm. It's
those
not
would
like
come
that.
on, I would look at them and be like, yeah, I'm not
It's not
watching
like
that.
that.
Even like the outfits, their outfits make me hot. I'm like, oh my god, like why are you wearing that whole thing and that? You know what I mean? When you watch those old movies and they live in log cabins, I kid you not, I'm freezing watching the
Outfits make
movie.
me
I'm
hot.
like, oh my goodness, like why y'all in that
It's
cabin?
really
I
good,
can't.
Sean. Like you should watch it.
Yeah,
You should. When there's some black
I'll
actors in
watch it.
there, and
yeah, I saw
it's
that.
really good. I'm waiting for
I'll
you to
watch
watch
it,
School
yeah.
Days, but I'm not judging.
I've seen School Day.
I
Who,
mean, talking about
Jerry?
me. Talking about me. There's a lot of
That was like two
You
seasons ago. We told her to watch
you
School Days,
gotta
I
but
know,
watch
anyway.
you
School
definitely did.
Days. I know the
You definitely
songs to
did.
School Days. I'll sing. Want me to sing one? I know the
No, nope, nope,
one.
nope,
You
nope,
No,
nope,
know
nope,
thank
nope,
you.
nope.
We do
with
not need
So
Phyllis
that.
Hyman when she was in there with that hat on. Her hat was like this. You know
the
that part
Slade and Lay
when
child.
she was like,
Mm-mm.
"Should I go?" Like you know what I mean. I was like, "Sing it, Phyllis." Man, woo, that breaks. Ooh, that's gonna make me cry. All right, I'm back. What's
Said,
good?
all right, I'm back.
uh, sad news. I don't know who
Oh,
cares. I care.
Hmm.
Insecure is done. This is the final
what?
I
season.
know it is. I
I was
know.
hoping
This
they
is
would get
the
a
final.
special on
But then again,
HBO
it's
so I
kind of
can
like,
watch it.
but then it's kind of like, where else could they go with it? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What?
Yeah.
So, you know,
A
but
lot
Do
of
yeah.
you?
seasons end after their fourth or fifth season, so I'm
And this
not
is what, their
surprised.
fourth or fifth
This
season?
the fifth one. Hmm.
Yeah.
I saw the first year, which was like years ago. So listen, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. And y'all got one of them little.
Why did you get so
Let me
well,
holler.
let me
And then
holler at
y'all
you.
got one of them little codes for
Why
HBO.
you
Like I
back
can
up,
push it
yo?
in. I can push it in
Back,
on my
She
back
said,
on
up.
my Fire
what?
Stick.
You can see her nostrils. She said, let me holler, let me holler.
Let me holler at you. And then y'all got one of them little codes I can put in on my Fire Stick, so I
I
can
got
watch
you.
HBO,
I got you.
so I
Oh,
can
no.
see Insecure.
Oh.
All right,
I
that's what's
got
up.
you.
Thanks.
All
Okay.
right.
I just
I
didn't want
got you.
nobody to know because I'm an honest woman. I love the Lord.
I'm an honest woman and
I'm
I
an honest
love
woman.
All
I love
right.
the
God.
Lord. I just wanted to know.
So
I
I'm
haven't
not.
seen. I love Insecure. I love Issa
I
Rae.
don't know how many people care about this. Jerry might care about this. Um, I thought it was reported that the criminal charges against Tory Lanez were dropped, but Megan
Allegedly.
Thee
Yeah.
Stallion said that's fake news.
Right.
They're not. It
Yeah.
just
I've
made
seen that.
me because he's kind of like downplaying. She didn't left all the way. He's like downplaying it, like
Right.
I'm just gonna keep being
He's
positive. I'm gonna just
still,
keep being
yeah.
me, and she's very upset.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Right.
and this is my thing. When I think about that, I think about the subject or the topic of domestic violence, and
Mm-hmm.
immediately how we judge the woman.
Judge the
We
woman. Yeah.
say the woman was too emotional. We told you he didn't do it. We immediately jump on her and not look at
Not the guy.
the guy, the abuser. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
if that's the case, then I guess that's good news that the charges were not dropped and that the case is
Right.
still going on. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I guess with the pandemic, you don't know.
Yeah.
But Jerry, I'm sure you could talk on that.
I had seen her post something. I didn't see uh where they had said something about the charges being dropped, but I had saw her tweets and she was just saying, I've been through like a lot of trauma, with my mom and my dad dying and one of my grandparents, dying all within the same, month or, time frame. And then this happening, why do people still believe that narrative, And she had said she said the case was postponed due to the pandemic and the inauguration. So it's still going on. And she kept saying, I'm gonna put you in jail, or, all this other stuff. It's sad, you know what I mean? Because, again, people always say protect Black women, protect our queens and stuff. And then when we speak out about an incident rather, about, someone, we're always labeled as still a target, like, oh, she's lying. Oh, why would he do that? She's just doing it for clout. Like, that's not cool. That woman been through a lot of stuff, and, who we can't be sitting here judging her about it. Let her, she's still grieving, you know what I mean? Like, and it still hurts her, like, that's very traumatic. I wouldn't know what to do if someone shot at me. You don't know that she thought that was going to be her last breath. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Let me get a little backstory.
Come on and holler at. Come on and holler.
Let me holler at you. Like,
come on and holler.
Okay, so he shot at her or he raped her? I'm sorry.
Shot.
No, he shot.
She got shot in the foot.
By him.
Oh. Nobody really knows what. I don't even know what the story was. They were arguing. Were they dating or?
We still really don't know.
Nobody really knows what happened.
Bits and pieces, something.
He done shot her in the pinky toe.
That's what they was.
Yeah. Like,
shot her in the feet.
That ain't funny because, we've joked when it comes to, I'm not joking because it's a Black woman, but that, it just seemed like that came right at that time, when she's like, quick, let's do this quick.
Shoot me in the pinky toe.
He didn't shot me in the pinky toe. I'm not, but who got shot? Because, I'm not with that. Who's
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion, and she was shot by her.
Tory Lanez, allegedly.
Probably
not.
Probably not.
Yeah. And then the crazy thing is he came out with an album the day.
I talked about that.
Yeah.
Well, then what are we talking about this for? If he brings out an album and he talks about it and she says she was shot, who brags about what they did?
It was a topic. It was a hot topic.
You missed it. Where'd you go?
Where did you go?
I probably was here, but sometimes I'd be like, turn my mic off when it comes to stuff.
Well,
like
you
this.
Turned it off. You turned your speakers off too because you didn't hear.
It
was rumored that the charges were dropped, and she was saying they weren't dropped. And I said, this is not a good look for people who are in domestic violent relationships. See, this is what happens when you leave the damn building.
I know. It's just like when you
like, well, what are we
doing? Yeah, y'all be talking about people. I'd be like, I don't know about that. I don't even know about them. I don't even know.
All right. Well, that's it.
But I mean, so like he shot her in the foot. She's still dancing. I saw her in Saturday Night Live. She did a good job. That Megan. Well, how was this a year ago? Her foot is healed.
All right, so
I can't do this with her.
The way her face is like. I
cannot do this with her.
I feel for her. I mean, I'm not joking about her foot, but I mean, she kept it moving. She kept it stepping.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. You don't let that stop you. But go ahead, keep the court case going. If he shot you, Megan, he shot you. You know. It don't matter who shot you, but you
move on. We
keep it moving, Megan, because she did a whole dance thing on Saturday Night Live. She was good. I remember that.
She was good.
She was all right.
She was good.
She was good. That girl she did a good job on Saturday Night Live. And I don't stay up for that. I normally sleep by 10:45 all the time.
We're gonna take a quick break. Get ready for girl talk. We have to talk about the ceiling that was broken just a few days ago, and how we need to have on our chucks so that we don't get cut by the broken glass. Vice President Kamala Harris was sworn in yesterday, so we're going to talk about the whole girl power and black girl magic, and all that stuff. Inside Girl Talk, taking a quick break right here on the Hey Girl Hey podcast. This is Urban Media Today. I cannot believe LaShawn said.
I know. I can't either. I cannot believe her. She just put my lip gloss on.
Hey girl, hey.
Yeah.
Hey girl. Hey.
Hey girl.
Can't believe LaShawn told Megan Thee Stallion to watch Footloose over the weekend. He told her to watch Footloose.
I didn't say what. I said keep
talking
it
about. Girl, what's on the good foot?
Stay on the good foot.
Stay on the good
horrible.
That's my girl, Megan. I mean, she has too. It ain't stopped her, getting her money, getting shot in the foot.
Megan's fine. She's fine. She's
Yeah,
fine. Now she has someone representing her. We all, as Black women, have someone representing us and
that's
speaking for
right.
us.
That's
We
right.
finally have an African American, South Asian American woman, a woman as the first vice president, first woman, female vice president of these United States, from women's equality. What was it? Suffrage,
Mm-hmm.
women's equality, and women not having a right to vote. And now we have a woman
Now we have in the
in the
office.
White House in office,
Mm-hmm.
and she's the president of the Senate. So I think that's amazing. Watching the news stories, there were so many little girls who
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watching
watched,
it.
um, being in the sorority. Um, uh,
Oh,
Kamala Harris is
AKAs are going
she's an
up.
AK. She's an A. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
they were on nightly news last night. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dudes is going up, child. Dudes is going
Mhm.
up to be an AK. They got to pay.
They
You better
going
get.
Dudes is
up
You
going
better.
up,
real.
child.
You better be
Dudes is going
financial.
up. You
If
better be
not,
financial now. Um,
you messed up.
That
dudes
is
is going
funny.
up. But I had to, I rocked my pearls and my
Yeah.
chucks, just in honor and homage of her. But it was a great day. It was a great day. But here's my thing. I think that because this has never been done before, we've never seen anything like this, just like how it was when we saw
Obama
Barack
come in.
Obama get sworn in. We immediately put them up. I don't want to do that because I had a virtual background, but we we put them up next to the Henny. That's the top shelf. We put them up,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like,
you
who's the
know,
Hennies? Okay, that's
uh,
the.
and it was like, all right, we putting you up on this pedestal. You can't. Don't let us down. Don't let us
Right.
down.
Yeah.
But she is the vice president of everyone in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
not
Something
just
happened to
Black
him. She's
people.
president every day.
But even still, if that does happen, she still represents the United States of America,
These
and
United States.
these United States of America, and we can't think that, oh man, she didn't say anything about, police reform, or she didn't say anything about, um, you know, domestic violence and black on black crime or anything like that. And it's just like
Mm-hmm.
she has a job to do. Um,
Right.
so, I mean, rather she brings it up as an agenda, she makes it an agenda, or maybe the first gentleman is agenda. I'm not sure, but does this make, does it, does it, did the media's focus on her
Mm-hmm.
give us this, I don't make us assume that, oh, we're all covered, we're good now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Does that
Yeah, I
make
think
sense?
the president and vice
Yeah.
president position are the only, probably the only positions in the world that don't have uh, a real defined job. Like they have a job description, but there's not individual things you do. You know how you start a job and they say, okay,
Right,
you'll be in charge of this, you're doing this, and
right.
you stay in your
Right.
lane here. They
Mm-hmm.
don't
Right.
have defined lanes.
Right.
Okay.
They're all over.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not going to be for everybody. I mean, everything won't get done in the first 4 years for everybody. You're
Right.
gonna have to elect them
You
again for
got
another
cleaning
four
up to
years to get
do.
things
You
done.
got cleaning up to
Yeah.
You got
do.
a lot of cleaning up to
So,
do. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
cleanup
Before
time.
everything.
And by the time you get finished, it's time for you to run again so
Mm-hmm.
that you
You
could do
see,
the
he
things that you've been wanting to do.
Right.
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 You see,
So, but
he signed something to have the wall taken down.
Right. Right.
That he built up. So there was
folks
something
is mad
else
about
too.
that.
Yeah.
They're
Because
just going to be mad. That he's doing things that you know
Shouldn't have been done in the first
shouldn't have
place.
been right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like he's coming in there. He's doing his job. As what a president should do. And
Mm-hmm.
people are going to be upset about that, but they're always going to be mad. You can't please everybody. You know what I mean? Like that's what I learned. But so yeah.
But as far as Kamala Harris, do you have any expectations of her as the vice president? Like, is there something that I can't imagine. I've never imagined a woman being in high
I
office like
can't
this. So
either. I can't either.
I can't even say what I expect. I expect
I
class,
honestly,
but
right. I don't know what to expect because, and I don't know if it's because I'm not really into politics or whatever, but I don't really hear much about what vice presidents do, to be honest.
mm,
Even everything is just so focused on the president, and that's just like, they're the go-to person as well. But things could be different because she is a woman, like there may be, more for her to do, or like more, obviously, or like more to help out with.
Mhm.
So like I don't expect the most from her is what
I
I'm
think
saying.
what she'll be doing is she will be the, I don't want to say liaison, but she's the point person for a lot of affairs out of the
Right,
country.
Right. Like,
right,
So
yeah.
she represents the country when, it's world around the world, all this,
Right.
the affairs of trade and war
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Like
So
the
she's the
last vice president, what's his name? Oh, I
Like
Pence
forgot.
something.
Pence. Pence was
Hmm.
supposed to be in charge of COVID. That was supposed to have been his thing.
mm-hmm.
He was the one in charge of it. And you very rarely heard anything from him when it
Right.
came
You did,
with
yeah,
that.
you
You didn't hear
didn't.
his voice at all. If it wasn't for Dr. Fauci, giving us the science and Trump
Well,
giving
that's because
us
Trump wanted to be
the
in front of that.
fiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still, he never spoke up about it. And but that's what they do. I mean, they did a comment about when Obama was president, how Biden used to kind of get on his nerves because he was kind of like that little dog that was yup saying stuff in the background. He was like, dude, I got this. So it's kind
Mm-hmm.
of like that voice for them, and I expect for her to do her job in terms of that,
Mm-hmm.
to give another perspective of how it should be, because she has a say, and he has the ultimate, but she has the say. And there's always somebody like in a company or somewhere that they'll let you speak to one of the highest representatives before it gets to the other person, and
Mm-hmm.
then they kind of decipher it and go, okay, well, yeah, I get what you're saying, and I can bring it to them like this.
Right.
It's I think that would be her duty, but my expectation for her is just to do her job.
To do her
i'm not
job.
i'm not
Absolutely.
putting anything,
Right.
this, well, I expect for her to make it all this for women. I expect for her. Well, we got to say in that too.
Yeah.
We
There's
Yeah.
we
still a
definitely got to
Absolutely.
say that.
process. You still
It's
have
still,
to,
yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to bring things to the attention. You have to
Mm-hmm.
present it, and it has to be passed. It becomes, what is it, a
Mm-hmm.
law? I got
Right.
to watch the cartoon. I can't remember,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's a bill, and then it becomes a law or something like that.
Capitol
And
Mm-hmm.
Hill. Yeah,
yeah, I
like
got to watch
There's
that.
today
so much they gotta do.
when Biden was signing the executive orders today, like we never heard Trump say, each when he signed each one of them, he said what it was. I'm signing this because this is for this. This is for that. He signed all of those and named what they were. I was sitting there like,
Mm-hmm.
wow,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Everybody's this one is very,
he,
very
he
transparent.
says
Mm-hmm.
transparency all across the board. And someone asked
Right.
him the question, and he said, I don't know if it verbatim, but it was something like, dude, this is what you asked for. And I believe he used dude. Like, give me
Mm-hmm.
a break, dude.
Like,
He said
dude,
that.
chill
Like,
out.
I was like,
Like,
whoa, did
I'm
he
gonna do
just
it.
say
I'm
that?
gonna handle it. Ugh.
Yeah, he said, this is what
Ugh.
you asked for, dude.
Right.
Give me a
I
break.
didn't
And I
hear that
said,
one.
Yeah, I
wow,
didn't either.
yes. Yeah, he said that today. So I think with this administration is going to be transparency. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm expecting. And that's what and for them to stick to what they said that they were going to do. That's my expectation.
Right.
My
Right.
expectation is that you stick to what you said that you were going to do
That
and
you
give
want
an
to do.
explanation why you did not.
Absolutely.
Because if you start your second day with saying what everything was and what you were signing off on and what you were doing, then you set the precedence for the rest of the time you're going to be here. And that's my expectation.
Mm-hmm.
I
I agree
I
with that.
expect there to be some pushback from the Republican Senate.
Absolutely.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping that they will have enough respect for her, but
Yes.
this is the same Senate that had no respect for Obama.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and
Yeah.
so I expect that. I also expect her to check them,
Oh yeah, we know sis gonna
because
do that. She
she's
be.
she's the auntie, and
Mm-hmm.
she's
She
the
gonna check
sister,
them.
and so when she says, "Excuse me, I'm speaking,"
Yeah.
And just said
I
it so nice
expect
and
that.
professional,
I do
smiling.
expect that. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we can get a lot of work done. Will Black America treat her fairly? We may have covered this already. Holding her at a higher standard. Is that fair to her? We may have covered this already in our earlier comments. I think
Yeah.
that
No.
I don't know.
I don't think many of us will. I think that,
No.
but you are, because that whole lack of trust that is in
Yeah.
our community, I believe. When
Right.
it comes to
Right.
science, when it comes to law, when it comes to anything, we just don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So when
Right.
someone says something, it's like, they ain't gonna do
Yeah.
it.
They
She
ain't
Yeah.
gonna
ain't
say,
gonna
yeah.
do it. They
Just gotta
ain't
wait
gonna
and
do it.
see, I guess.
Yeah.
Like she just
And
got
we
in
will,
there.
like the Steelers, will cheer you on. As soon as you drop that
Right.
ball, as soon as you fumble, oh, they suck. They suck
Yeah.
last season. Da, da,
And
da, da. You need
that's
to
so
get
not
cut. And
cool.
it's sad that we do that.
That's yeah. My
It's
thing
so
is
Ugly.
sad.
we gave so many people a chance. I mean, in my lifetime, all the voting that has gone. I mean, we had given other people chances at the same job. And
Right.
whenever they did something wrong, I really didn't hear a whole bunch of people complain. Maybe I wasn't into
Mm-hmm.
politics and understand it like I do now, but I really don't recall people complaining the way they do.
Right.
I think in our community, some of us were accepting of some of the things.
Hmm.
Then when
Mm-hmm.
it came to somebody we know, we were like, all right, so we got you in here. You're the quarterback. You play for all of us,
Hmm.
like,
Right.
but we're
Right.
a team. We're a
Right.
Exactly.
team.
There's only so
So,
much that
right.
one person can do,
It's not
and
always up to the president. It's not up
it's
to the vice
yeah,
president. It's up
it's
to the
not
House and
either.
the Senate.
Give her a
Yeah.
chance. Give him a
Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
chance. And I think
Yeah.
Joe is able to talk to people the way that nobody else could
Mm-hmm.
before. I mean,
He'll
it
tell you
might
it's
have
a
looked
bunch of
like
malarkey in a minute.
right. And then somebody said that he made a statement that if I catch you talking to this person a
Oh, you're
I
fired on
certain
the
seen
spot.
way,
that. Oh
You're fired on the
yeah.
spot. He said
He
you're
on the
said
fired
not.
spot.
on the spot.
He said
You
not
know,
in my house. I don't
No
know
right?
what
questions
the
asked.
other
No
one
questions
did,
asked.
but
Out.
this right here, I ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna
He's
happen.
not
He laid it
accepting
down.
that. So the
Mm-hmm.
other president before, and we used to say like the Senate, and the Senate, the Senate was Republican ruled. So everything that went down, it was like the Republicans doing this because he made a point of saying Republicans against Democrats, Republicans against
Hmm.
Democrats. But if you
Yeah.
don't speak to one party, if you're not, he never talked to the Democrats. He just, everything was Republicans against the Democrats. So he made it like
Hmm.
that. But now you got Joe Biden here who has a relationship with
Both.
Republicans and
Hmm.
Right.
Democrats. They
Right.
talk to him and they both respect him. So, equally they'll get their
Excuse me.
point of view across.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
what we
Mm-hmm.
didn't have in four
Yeah, we
years.
never
It
had
was
that.
a us
Yeah.
against them and da 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 da, and the Proud
Right.
Boys against these people, good people on both sides. You start up this confusion where it just made it so bad.
And now you have a whole
Right.
country believing in that.
And that
Right.
that was
And
the thing.
so,
Like they believed his lies and the manipulation and
yeah.
That
craziness. That's the
rhetoric
part with me
was
that it was man. It was wild. I'm just like, why don't you people have common sense? It's really sad, low key, that someone can really, in that position of power, who's clearly wrong, can manipulate people like that.
yeah.
Can really think, the election was rigged and
With
all
no
this other
proof.
stuff. No proof. No proof. I'm like,
But
No
it
how
was
many
his
proof
times do we have to
whatsoever.
position.
keep how many
It was
times
Yeah,
we
it
got to
his
didn't
keep
matter.
recounting the votes? You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
everything he say,
Yeah.
they just was like, oh, he's right. Like the whole thing with the Capitol, they did it because of what he did, like not
right.
thinking this is wrong. Like, and he obviously don't care about his supporters because guess what? He wasn't down there with them at the Capitol. Like
Yeah.
he,
Like, y'all,
But
I'll meet you down there. But wait
I'll
a minute, I
mean,
gotta stop
there.
past the
He
house
was
for a minute.
at home.
Like, I gotta make this call. Wait a minute. I'll meet y'all. Go on down there. I'll meet you
I'll
down there. I gotta
see
make
you
this
yeah,
there
call.
I'm
in
on
a
my way. Go ahead,
minute.
go ahead. I'm on
Yeah,
my way.
go,
I'm on
go
my
ahead,
way. I'm
go
on my
get.
way.
That's
But
what he did.
one thing
He
I was just wanting to stick on with Kamala, because I think that this is the year of the woman.
It is.
I think the mid 2020 and into 2021, I think that this is the year of the woman. You had Dr. Rachel Levine, who is a transgender woman,
Mm-hmm.
now appointed
Yeah.
the what is it, the she's in charge of the health department, the
Human
United States Health,
Mm-hmm.
health and services.
Human Health Services.
Hmm.
Folks are upset about that,
Isn't
but
that awesome?
okay. But
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing, and there were he has so many women in his cabinet. The doctor that was on the Today Show Thursday, a female, a Latina female, like, so, I think that this is the time that women can use their platforms that they've been screaming from for so long, and use them and actually make some noise and people want to hear. I think of, and I always say this, I think of my nieces, because they're
It's
young
important.
women, and my one niece, she's 11, Alasia. I call her Maggie Simpson, because when she was little, she always had a binky in her mouth. She didn't have to, but she was holding on to that sucker. Like, so now I call her Maggie Simpson. But she was talking to me about Kamala Harris, and she was just like, I'm so happy that she's the vice president, and that makes me smile, because women aren't treated fairly. And I was just like,
they aren't treated fairly.
it made me feel good that our younger generation is looking at this, looking at how we're moving as a country, and looking at how we're treating each other as Americans. Like, we're still not paid equally. We're still not treated equally, but we're climbing. We are making some strides. So
absolutely, we're making progress. We are.
I will say that this is the year for the women. I'm happy that we're using our platform, our Hey Girl Hey platform.
Yay, us.
Yes. Kamala gets the spotlight for this show.
Yeah, man, that's right. Hey Girl Hey spotlight.
To our congratulations, Kamala Harris.
Congratulations. We are definitely going to be watching her closely and praying for her and her family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the first gentleman, Doug.
He quit his job. He said, I don't need to
do
this work no more. My wife is the vice president. He's a
lawyer. He was going to teach.
So I wonder what
his going to teach at
his platform
college.
is going to be.
He was going to teach at a university, I thought.
Oh, wow.
So is Jill Biden. We'll talk about that.
I hope Jill don't need to be working. She's
Jill's her platform is going to be education.
Yeah.
But you see Howard University represented yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They was high stepping and doing all that. Everybody had their
tuition's going up. Tuition's going up.
It's going up high and high.
Yeah, tuition's going up. Tuition's going up.
Dang.
When I saw that, I was like, oh man. Can't go to Howard.
High school seniors
can't afford Howard.
Application for Howard. So.
Everything's going up.
Like join the band. Like
going up. Everything is
Get
going
you a scholarship. Work on those scholarships. So
work with every
world.
So I will say that we were all pleased with the inauguration and pleased with where the country is going. So we're gonna watch this closely. We should, hopefully we don't have any events that happen next week, but we appreciate you checking us out. LaShawn, why don't you tell everybody how they can?
I just don't know.
She said, "I just don't know."
I mean, I don't know where I be at sometime. Where they can follow us. They can follow us on Instagram at the Hey Girl Hey Podcast 2018, or you can on Facebook. It is the Hey Girl Hey Podcast, and on Twitter it's Girl Hey 2018. So if you want to email us, you can email us at the Hey Girl Hey Podcast at gmail.com. Or if you want to leave us a message or maybe some ideas, some show ideas, you can give us a call at 412-709-6130.
And Jer, how can they find past episodes?
So to listen to past episodes of the Hey Girl Hey Podcast, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Live 365, TuneIn, Podbean, Anchor FM, Google Play, YouTube, and UrbanMediaToday.com.
Okay, I think you got all of that. I think you got all of them.
I'm sure by now.
Something.
We appreciate you watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening. Live 365 and tune in, and also on the streaming apps. We appreciate you.
I'm find us on the YouTube.
On the YouTube. So we are at the Hey Girl Hey Podcast 2018, but also at Pretty Kitty on your radio.
Under your thing. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Because it's just a lot of transferring. So
my girlfriend called me last week. She was like,
since we're gonna be transparent, they could find it at Pretty Kitty on your radio.
Pretty Kitty on your radio.
On YouTube.
Pretty
so that's where they are. Okay.
I
So tell
gotta
your
remember to
sister
write
that's
that
where it
down.
is. But I'm your
And
radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am LaShawn, the chatter chick.
I am the millennial chick, Jerry Tim.
Mm, it's the Hey Girl Hey
Yes.
podcast, Urban Media Today. Thanks for watching.